Hi everyone. Today we're going to be talking about presenting the business. So today is day 9, and what I'm going to do is go through a couple different ways of how you can present the business to people, the coaching business, and I hope it helps you guys. I hope it helps you guys. And you know what? I found the more that you do it, the more you get comfortable with it. So, a lot of times, like I will present the business to some of my challengers, and you know what? Sometimes they're like way too busy, and they have like 3 jobs and kids and all that, and they're like, I really can't do this, and I'm like, okay, no problem. Like it just bounces right off of you. Even if they say no, like I'm like, okay, whatever, and I keep them on my list, and maybe I'm like, well, you know what? Maybe the timing isn't right, but maybe it will be sometime. So you still want to keep in contact. You still want to, if they say no, you still want to, you know, um, keep like posting. I mean, posting on their pictures and commenting and liking and stuff and keeping in contact with them. But okay, so there's a couple different ways of presenting the business. The first way of basically promoting, looking for coaches would be to post something like you're looking for 5 coaches um, to join your team, something like that. Like Mike and I have done that before. I usually do it once a month. If you don't have a lot of followers, a lot of times you're not going to get any response. So I didn't start doing it until later on, maybe after a couple months, and still I started getting a following, but I definitely think it could help. I just wouldn't do it all the time. I wouldn't do it multiple times a month, okay? And so you would just put a picture maybe of yourself, or you could do a picture, an inspirational message. Um, you can do a picture. Sometimes I've done a picture of me and my family. And what you want to talk about in the write up is you want to talk about how what you're looking for, motivated individual, someone that is a go-getter that really wants to do something that they love to do. Um, and you can talk a little bit about what coaching is all about, helping people get into shape. If you're into fitness and health, or if you're just starting your journey, it could be for you as well, getting in shape while helping others get in shape. So you can always look at Micah's and mine and look it up and see what we've wrote and we've put down before. Okay. The thing is, it's really hard because you don't want to make it really salesy, and you don't want people to look at it and be like, like, that's impossible. Like a lot of times, if we do put the money in, like how much you can make and stuff like that, I feel like sometimes it's like people are like, okay, that's not true, and I'm not going to even respond. So sometimes I don't put that in there. It's totally up to you. It's just you don't want to be in people's faces. Okay. So say you're doing it this way first, okay? You do this way and they respond and say, I would like more information. So now what? What are you going to provide them with? What I always do is say, well, tell me a little bit about yourself. Tell me like why you think this would be a good fit for you. What intrigues you about coaching? And then I would love to talk to you more about what it's all about and my story. Um, so usually they'll respond with like, tell me their story a little bit. And then what I would do is, I would say, I totally think that coaching would be right up your alley, and you would, you would love it. And I have a webinar that I did a couple weeks ago, I used to say, or my coach did, that would just explain the whole, what coaching is all about, and it would provide you with all the information you need, and then we could talk after it, and we can talk about it in a little more detail, and you could ask me any question that you would like. Would you want to watch it? Very simple. And usually they say yes. So if they say yes, you're going to say, great. So when do you think you can watch it? When would be a good time for you to watch it? And I could send it over a little bit. They'll respond to you as a time. If they say tonight, I can sit down and watch it. Oh, also, I'm sorry. I always tell them like how long it is. I'll be like, well, it's 30 minutes long. When would you be able to watch it? and you need a laptop because, that type of thing. And then they'll respond and say, well, I can watch it tonight. And then you would respond and say, great, here it is. I will catch up with you tomorrow. And then we can talk more about what you liked about it. And if you have any questions, that's it. Send it over. You have an appointment to catch up with them, say tomorrow at noon. I would give them about a time. I will catch up with you tomorrow afternoon. I will catch up with you tomorrow night. But let them tell you before you give them a time. Let them tell you that they're going to watch it at this time. The reason why we set up times to contact them back, whether it's a phone, I would recommend the phone call, but I know a lot of you guys can't, so email or messaging's fine. But the reason why we do this is that you're not hunting them down. So you're not like, oh, were you able to watch it? Oh, when are you going to watch it? And then you get no response, and they're just busy. Maybe they haven't been able to watch it, but they're like, you're driving them crazy. So usually if I contact them the next day and they didn't watch it, they'll come back to me and they'll be like, look, it was really busy. I wasn't able to watch it, but I'm going to watch it tonight. And I'll be like, okay, no problem. I know how life gets in the way. Watch it tonight and I will follow up with you tomorrow around noon or whatever. That way they know that I'm going to follow up because I followed up this time. So they're going to be more apt to watch it the second time if they haven't the first. When you follow up with them, you always ask them what they liked best. The reason why you do this is because the first things out of people's mouths are something negative about something, no matter how much they liked it. It's usually like, well, how much is it going to cost me? Or what do I have to really do? Or I really like it, but I don't think that I can do this. Something like that. So you always want to ask them what they liked about it. And then they're going to tell you what they liked. And then you could just talk to them about coaching. That's pretty much it. Then I'll be like, we're running a new coach training. We would train, and I always encourage them to sign on before that because that way they can get started right away and get involved and learn slow. It's not like fast paced. They could take it one day at a time. And if they want to learn more, they're able to. But if they don't, that's okay. They could take it slow. So they really like that they're able to take it slow if they need to or go for it if they want. So encouraging them with that. Also, if I find that people are on the fence, a lot of times I will tell them that we're running a Glance into Coaching internship for 5 days, and I would be happy to add them to the Facebook group where they could learn more about it and feel comfortable making that decision. So if you're finding people are on the fence, that's something that you can do as well. Okay. And then I'll walk them through a sign up. I'll walk them through signing on, and I'll tell them that a challenge pack is the best way because being a product of the product is huge. You are able to share instead of sell, and you're able to help people because you are familiar with the products. Okay, so much easier if they sign on with a challenge pack. Okay, because then they're getting right into it. Okay, so and if they're worried about the money, you really need to make sure that you tell them that you will do everything you can to encourage them to earn their investment back. That's what we're here for, and that's our goal for you guys, is that within the first month, we want you to be able to earn your investment back, and that's why we say get 3 challengers and get Success Club 5 in your first month. You're on your way for a free ticket to Summit. You get your money back that you put into the business, and you're earning Success Club, so you're getting leads the next month. It's a no-brainer, right? You're making money right away, you're helping people and doing all that. Okay, so encourage them so they're not like, oh, I put this money into it and now I'm scared and I'm not going to ever make that back. That's not true. They're going to make it back immediately the first week if they wanted. So, okay, personal invites are the best way for presenting the business. So personal invites are just people that you have a relationship with, that you have been talking to, and just mentioning, just be like, you're so encouraging. You always want to compliment them, and not make it about you. It's about them. You're so encouraging, and I really think that you would be an awesome coach. Have you ever thought about coaching? So easy. Like that's all it really is. You can't do that though to someone that you don't know, someone that you haven't really followed, someone that you're just, you know, you haven't formed a relationship with. Sometimes on Instagram, if they move over to Facebook and you see that they're really into health and fitness and they're really encouraging and you love their messages and you've been following them and commenting on their pictures, so they know you've been following them, you can say that. You can bring coaching up like that. But you can't just do it out of the blue to a random person because they're going to be like, I don't even, you might get one coming back and be like, oh, well, tell me more, but the rest of them might run and hide. Okay, so after, you say, have you ever heard about coaching? They'll be like, yeah, or no, whatever they say, they'll be like, well, tell me more. Or no, I never really thought of it. What is it? So then you would explain it to them and say, look, don't explain it all. Just say, it's really changed my life. I love it's, you're helping people to get into shape and feeling good about themselves. And then that's when you say, I have a webinar that my coach did, and it tells you all about it, all the information about coaching, and you can watch it at home. And so if I sent it to you, would you want to watch it? And that's when that would come into play. And then you would just follow the other steps that I just gave you. Personal invites are the best way to get coaches, not by putting up a post and having random people sign up. Also, obviously, your challenge group people are the best coaches anyway because they're familiar with it and they're happy with their results. They love the products. They love the challenge group environment. So for a challenger, and I know Micah talked about this on the National Wake Up Call, is that you're going to midway during the challenge, like after the first couple of weeks, the people that are really going for it, gung ho, they're doing awesome and they're really involved. You're gonna say, hey, you are just killing it. You are doing so awesome in this challenge group. I love seeing your posts every day. You're so encouraging and motivating for other people. Have you ever thought about coaching? And they're going to be like, I can't be a coach. What are you, crazy? I can't do what you do. A lot of times they say that. And you just have to believe in them enough that you're going to encourage them that they can. They can, in fact, do this. No problem. They're already doing it. And then you just have to build them up and focus on building them up throughout the whole challenge. And by the end, hopefully that they do sign on and they think that this is for them. And that's it. So it's pretty simple. Simple stuff. It's just, you don't want to throw it in people's faces. You just want to ask that simple question. You don't want to explain what coaching is all about. They would rather hear it from someone else or from a webinar. It's always best to use something else, like a tool, instead of you coughing up information. You're using a tool you're presenting them with. Okay, you're just asking them if they're going to listen. You're going to give them maybe a personal story after, like of how it changed you. And, then you have this webinar as a tool for them to watch or listen to a call or any of that. Okay? Well, that is it for today. If you have any questions, please post them below and we will talk soon. And I hope you guys got some information out of this and you wrote down, took some notes. Have a great afternoon. Bye, guys.